Oh, here they are. Excellent. Yeah, we're here.
Get them out.
Sorry, people. Kidda. Thanks for
Sorry.
giving us your time, man.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
it's first
excellent.
time I'm doing this. Someone pata nahi kidda karni.
Yeah. We're all the same. I'm the same as well, bro. We're past that 40 mark. This
Yeah.
is the youth platform. So,
ਹੋਰ
guys,
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਠੀਕ
today
ਹੈ?
wicked. Today I'm with the Jet Singh Trust team. I've been following the work for a while. I've met some of the team members, so I just wanted to, just share what they do with you guys. So before I start interviewing them or whatever, I'm just want to, in all my videos, I always state a few facts about the topic that we're going to do. So, Kidda Pav, Kidda everyone. Thanks for joining, everybody. Finally, the show's on the road. Jello, in Sikhi, we know we've got 3 S's, yeah? This is like old school. Seva, Simran, and sacrifice. Might seem simple, but it's hard to do. Yeah, all 3 of them are hard to do. Yeah, so all 3 of them are a form of kamai. Obviously, Simran's the most powerful. Seva's meant to make you feel lighter. Seva's meant to burn some of your past karma. Sacrifice shahidi. The things that went jails back in the day, the things that gave shahidi on the battlefield, the Sevja there, to burn their karma. It's a form of kamai as well. So if seva is done in ego, then it kind of counteracts. It doesn't make you lighter, it makes you heavier. Everything seva has to be done in humility. So what sort of seva did the gurus do? They made people fit and healthy. Guru Angad Dev Ji started wrestling. Langar, Guru Nanak Dev Ji made sure people had meals. Deg, Fateh, protect people, make sure the free kitchen's ever running. And that's since Guru Nanak Dev Ji started it with the 20 rupees, it's been running ever since all across the world. Wherever there's Gurdwara, every Gurdwara tries their best to make sure people ain't starving. Although I do think we could implement like just say a truck or like, a jacket potato van outside the Gurdwara so some of the homeless can eat a bit more, because sometimes they're uncomfortable coming in, because most time longer now is just at occasions, and it's the rich feeding the rich, really, innit? You feed your families who ain't really starving, yeah? But it's a place where everyone does pangat and eats equally anyway, regardless of how much you got or how much you ain't got. The Gurus opened hospitals. The Guru Har Krishan, he helped heal the poor, the sick. Guru Har Rai opened animal shelters. The first RSPCA, helped injured animals. The Gurus gave their life service. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji done the sacrifice. Guru Gobind Singh Ji taught blind people the instruments. Some of the gurus, they helped lepers. Guru Gobind Singh Ji massaged disabled people. And sometimes disabled people have a hard time in the current Gurdwara now. They kind of, some Gurdwara don't really make disabled people feel too comfortable, and the wheelchair access and all this is they say no disabled people out into the bar. I'm disabled myself, so I know how it feels. So I don't really like going to certain Gurdwara. So Sikh is teaching us one thing and we're doing something else. Seva humble. If I say to my kids, go and clean the toilets or go and clean the shoes, they're gonna be like, Dad, I ain't doing that, because the ego's there. So certain sevas you can only do when your ego's gone. And seva, when you're doing seva for the greed or the poor, the less fortunate, you shouldn't be like, I'm a bad man, I done the seva and oh, look at me. It should be the opposite effect. Be Guru, I'm so grateful that I'm not in their position. I'm so grateful you've blessed me with great destiny, and so it's going to make you closer to God and closer to humanity. So when we're doing seva, we've got to keep 2 things in mind. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, recognize the human race as one. In every human, every religion, every creed, every color, the Jot is there, the same Jot. This was proven in Bhai Kanhaiya Sakhi. So Bhai Kanhaiya Sakhi is on the battlefield. The Singhs were injured, the Mughals were injured, and he was the nurse, and he was giving water. And when he was giving water, he went into a samadhi, a trance. He couldn't distinguish between Mughals and the Khalsa. All he saw was the Jot, the light, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji's face everywhere. So the Singhs the Singhs were screwing. They went to Guruji, say, we're trying to kill the Mughals. He's bringing them back to life by giving them water. Guruji said, bring him to me. If he's guilty, I'll punish him. When they took Bhai Kanhaiya to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he said, what have I done wrong? I gave water to you. Everywhere I looked, I saw you. Guru Gobind Singh Ji hugged Bhai Kanhaiya and said, this is my true Sikh. He's understood Sikhi. He's reached Brahm Gyan. He is Jivan Mukt. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, white, black, Jewish, the Jot, when we die, when this elements, the blood, the flesh, it's the light, the Jot, soul that leaves the body and enters the body is the same. It's a Kalpur form of, it's a splinter like a raindrop. If Kalpur is the ocean, we are the raindrops. In Sikhi, we're ordained to give 1/10 to charity. So whether you're Amritari or not Amritari, Maharaj says if you can afford to give 1/10 to charity, whether to help the Greeb, to feed the Greeb, and we're going to go into this topic today with the team, yeah. So there's Sakhi of Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh in 1978. To the best of my knowledge, there was a battle on the streets of Amritsar where a certain sect said they would put their feet on Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, and Shahid Bhai Fauja Singh Ji went with a few Singhs and a battle enraged, and they were shaheed. They were shot 19 times and survived for half an hour doing Waheguru Simran. So he said, I can live off a 10th. He had a simple lifestyle, but he said, I want to give 90% to the Panth, 90% of my wages to the Panth. And he did that for a very long time. And he lived a very simple life. Then we have in India, we have the Pingrawale Seva, which looks after disabled people. And he spent his whole life serving the disabled. And we have, oh, you can't hear me? Hello? Hello, guys. Jet Singh team, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice and clearly.
Yeah, everybody's hearing, bro. Neuro, it must be your phone. Yeah, everyone else can hear. Yeah, let me just type the comment to the person. Everyone else can hear. It must be their phone. Yeah, and yeah, so that kind of sums up my introduction. And I'm gonna head over to the team now. And yes, to the team. So there's a story behind why the trust was created and the formation of the trust. I want you to talk to the Sangat and give us the story behind that, and just be real and open, and it's your show.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for inviting us along and sort of highlighting what the Jet Singh Trust does.
Amazing.
The Jet Singh Trust was made in honor of my younger brother, Jet Singh. I mean, he passed away 80 years ago, and Jet himself was an international wrestler who played kabaddi. So he sort of was on like on a world platform anyway. So he had friends. He had friends all over the world: America, India, Canada. So he was quite a big personality, and obviously the passing of him was a shock to us, the family, his friends, and everybody. So it was just it's one of those things which is out of our control, really.
100%.
Yeah. So Jenny Ono Jana Via and so and it was just obviously grief. I mean, strikes the family in different ways and friends and everybody. But it was a matter of how do we lessen the blow? What do we do? And I mean, we as a family, we've always been involved in Seva anyway. So we've done Seva for such a long time anyway. But it was always Gopt Seva kar deti, and that's it. So it's not really about us or what or
100%.
nothing, our name or nothing. So it's about doing Seva anyway, and it's just a nice way to remember him, to remember keep his memory going alive, and also on a spiritual note, it was for his. I mean, we do ardas so the atma nu shanti mile, and sometimes ardas on its own is not enough. It's going to be put in a practical term as well, and somebody who sort of passes away, they're not the body can die, but obviously the soul never
No,
dies. It carries
no.
on from one birth to second birth, or whatever, wherever it goes. And so obviously we still believe his soul is still around, and if we can help his soul, I mean, obviously
Yes.
when somebody does die, the first thing we do, chalo apne part shuru kar dende hai, because obviously he can hear the part, and the part is for him. ਉਹਦੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ, and everybody from the family, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ. And obviously to take you to the next step is actually ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਦੁਖੀ ਆ, ਤੰਗ ਆ, and if you can help them, the everybody we help, ਸਾਰੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਸੀਸਾਈ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ look, thank you ever so much. And obviously some of those thanks are going back to him, back to his spirit, he's back to his atma. And obviously over time ਉਹਦੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ is going to ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ look, one, he's not forgotten. Secondly, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ we do as much as we can, help as much as we can, and hopefully, even though it was him that we as a family and friends are sort of remembering all the time, but the charity has come much bigger than what we thought it was going to be, because we just initially planned just to do bit of this, bit of that, and then like Captain House, lucky John Luck Bandea, more and more, and then people come to you and say, "Oh God, Budgie, you're doing this. Please help us. We got this project to do. We got that project to do," and it's kind of like a snowball effect, and it's getting bigger and bigger. But what we try to do, because it's mainly family and friends, we're not a big organization. We don't sort of nobody gets paid a wage. Nobody gets any expenses from the server. So all the server that we get, and even obviously we can claim gift aid as well, 20%. So all the server we get and all the gift aid we get goes back into the charity as well. And we really don't do many appeals, so that's why you don't really see us
Yeah.
asking for money. We don't really do appeals and that kind of stuff. And people want to donate, there's a donation page. But luckily, the family itself and close family and friends,
Yeah.
ਜਿਹਨੇ ਦਾਨ ਕਰਨਾ, ਜਿਹਨੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਹੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ. So we get a good amount of money just between us, anyways. So it's
Yeah.
mainly ਆਪਣੀ ਦਸਾਂ ਨੌਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ, which you just said earlier on, is
Yeah.
because we always did it anyway, so it was there anyway. So we just thought, well, we can do it in his memory. So we made a little charity, and obviously, over the years we've gone from doing a lot of stuff here. I mean, originally when he passed away, we sort of around the funeral and after the funeral, we actually raised about 10 grand.
Well,
Everybody, because we told them, look, this is what we're going to do, and friends and family go, oh yeah, मेरा भी 10 ले लो, मेरा 10 ले लो. So we had £10,000, and there's a team of us. We went to India, and I mean, like everybody else, when you get involved in the charity scene and where you want to help, where you want to give your money, the thing is, a lot of the bigger charities, because they have good websites, they have a lot of media presence, like everybody else, you tend to go to these people. So we went to a really big orphanage in Jalandhar, and obviously we heard about obviously the charity that you talked about, Pingalwara, as well. So we
yeah.
went there as well, thinking, Jalo, we'll give it to one of these bigger charities. But when you start delving into the bigger charities, I mean, their bank accounts are full. They've got
Okay.
so much money, so much money. I mean, these charities we looked at,
Well,
and
yeah.
because at the end of the day, it's not just our money; it's my friends and my family's
Yeah.
monies, and what
Yeah.
we want. So the monies that we collect, we want an instant impact.
Yeah.
So if somebody's giving me £100, what I don't want to do is give that £100 to a charity and sit in a bank doing nothing. Yeah. So we weren't really kind of sort of taken by these charities in the sense that we just thought, well, we'll give them £10,000. They'll take it, put it in their bank accounts, and they'll use it whenever. So it's not really making a big impact
Straight away.
So we was traveling around, and somebody told us about there's a place in Amritsar There's a little sort of a house, and they've got so many girls there. So we went to check
Yeah.
this sort of charity out, and there was a little house, and I think there's about 16 or 18 girls there to start off with, and the place, it was very, very, very basic. They didn't even have running water. They had a well, which had to pull water
Mm.
up by hand twice a day. And in one manja, 3, 4 Korean used to sleep on one little manja. So it's very, very basic, very,
Mm.
very basic. And they hardly had anything. No funding. Nobody really supported them. And Jadang apakya that the man lag janda. We thought, you know what? This is a good place to invest our money. If we can give them
Mm.
£10,000, then obviously we can improve the lives of these young children, because obviously giving that £10,000, they're going to use it straight away.
Straight away.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's had maximum impact. There's
I
no
agree.
use. Say we collected all this money and then suddenly we give it to somebody, and we didn't feel as if our money was making an impact or making a difference in these bigger charities. So that's why we went. We started off with the smaller charities. So we started off with that. We started off doing a lot of challenges here as well.
Mm.
I mean, because Jet was like an ex-Olympic wrestler.
Mm.
He's a kabaddi player. So we wanted to keep something, which was close to his heart. So we had a mixed martial arts center. We set that up, and the main aim was to get kids off the streets, away from knife crime,
Mm.
away from gangs, antisocial behavior, give them a meaning in life. So it's promoting that. I mean, the Sikh values of just not spiritual strength, but we need that physical strength as well. And
Yeah.
we can
Sounds
say
surprised.
as much as we want that Puran is saying, "Takde sige, they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that." But they also trained 6 to 8 hours a day of martial
Mm.
arts training and
Mm.
everything. And
Mm.
even though we as the newer generation of Sikhs, we try and live off the glory of the past Sikhs
Yeah.
or the past Khalsa. You can't do that because physically you're not strong enough, you're not fit enough, you can't, you don't know how to use any of the shastra, all that kind of stuff. So it's all about training. So we live in a practical world, and if
Mm.
you don't practice it practically,
Mm.
you can't really achieve anything. Sometimes spiritually as well. So obviously, from our point of view, it's just Jet was involved with a lot of sort of mixed mixed martial arts people. I mean, they used to come to him for his wrestling training. So I
Mm.
mean, we even had from Birmingham, the Gracie gym. The guy used
Oh,
to
wicked.
come. They used to come down, and they always wanted Jet to be there to train him up because he's training up for the World Championships then. Brolio from the Gracie bar in Birmingham, and Jet just went down just for a laugh with one of our friends, just to try out jiu-jitsu, and the guy didn't know who he was, and he
Mm.
was like, and when there was sort of Jet was sort of is getting all these black belts and sort of mauling and throwing them all over the place. He's like, bloody hell, who's this guy?
Mm.
Who is he? Where's he come from? And then even him, he goes, okay, then come on, then I'll have a little pull with you. Again, I mean, this is like a world champion person, and just give him a really hard time. He knows nothing about jiu-jitsu. Obviously, from standing, he's taking him down very, very easily. But when you get to the floor, some of the jiu-jitsu guys are very skilled in their holds and chokes and locks and stuff. Obviously, he knew none of that, but but
Mm.
but then I mean, he went there that couple of times, and then suddenly he got a really good relationship with this chap, and he was more or less his personal trainer. So anything to do with the
Wow.
grappling and takedowns, that kind of stuff. He used to come and sort of train with Jet, and then obviously he had sort of mixed martial arts people approach him because there's a couple of mixed martial arts people who used to go to America and train out in America, and
Mm.
so they went out and trained, and one of Jet's good friends who used to study with him at university at Fresno State, he used to
Mm.
train with Chuck Liddell, the
Okay.
MMA fight. Yeah,
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 I've heard of him. Yeah.
yeah. Chuck Liddell. Yeah, he's like a world champion, UFC, and one of Jet's wrestling. but he's from the team. Used to be good friends with Chuck Liddell, and they used to train. And he went to MMA, but obviously he didn't get good as Chuck Liddell. But then these guys from England went over. There's training over there, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, we really don't get any much good
mm,
wrestling coaches in England and that kind of stuff." And they go, "Oh," the guy goes, "No, no, no, no." He goes, "Listen," he goes, "We've got a friend.
mm,
His name's Jet, and
mm,
he sort of lives in Wolverhampton." And the
mm,
guys were like, "Oh bloody hell, that's right down the road. We're in Birmingham." And then so they got his details from him, and because they were training with Chuck Liddell out there, and they come out here and they rang him, they hook him up, and then slowly and slowly he started training up some mixed martial arts people as well. Obviously the wrestling side of it, the
mm,
grappling and how to take him down and everything. So he did quite a lot with sort of mixed martial arts people, and then obviously we set up initially the mixed martial arts center, and then we did so wrestling there, jiu-jitsu there. Obviously we added in kabaddi in there. We added in uh, judo, Krav Maga. So there's quite a few disciplines that we did in there, and it's still running now. So 8 years from now, so the MMA center's still running, and that's going
no.
from strength to strength. Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention the orphanage that Faisal was talking about, the team was talking about, is Casa Seva. So I'll put the Casa Seva details on after the talk. Then you can see the projects that these guys do together for that orphanage. It's just, Greeb Korean that the parents can't afford their education, or Korean that have no parents, and it's basically like a Sikhi school. They teach them education, Gatka, they teach them Sikhi education, Kirtan, worldly education, and sometimes they marry the girls off as well. And the Jet Singh Trust is like working with the guys and trying to take it to a next level. And the other stuff I was gonna say is I've seen a lot of videos and pictures where like you got really really greedy people like I said, grassroots. Not the money ain't going straight into banks. You're finding greedy people through connections you have in India. Some of these people have leaking roofs. Some of these people only need £100 operations to change their life change operations. And like you said, bro, it's like our kids have a PlayStation 5, £500, or a meal out in a restaurant or McDonald's. Punjab Bond. Punjab Bond is just a meal in McDonald's, yeah? Five of you go, that's £10 each, yeah? That £50 is changing a Greeb Sikh's leg surgery and they can work. And I've also seen you guys set up businesses in small homes. So you buy a rickshaw. Talk us through some of these experience with these poor people and what they say and how it feels and how do you get shivers or what happens, man? Because we are out of touch with these people. We haven't seen poverty like that. We're never gonna meet them. Like you have loads of organizations saying, we'll do this in India, we'll do this in Punjab, we'll do this, but grassroots, you don't see the proof. So just talk to us grassroots, the basic grieve that you witnessed and how 50 quid can change their life. Give us some experiences.
Yeah. So I mean, if you go back to like Sikhi, you talked about Gurdwara and everything, and the Golak, they always said ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੋਲਕ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਗਰੀਬ ਦਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ,
Anji,
and
Anji.
obviously the Golak was there is intended to help the poor whichever way we could, and unfortunately that principle has gone now, and it's obviously Carscott in England and well even in India now.
Mm,
It's all very political, and people who shouldn't be having the money are getting the money, and it's not going down to grassroots. It's not
no,
going down to the people who really need it, and 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 always we think we're blessed that we get these kind of seva. We get these seva where you got people who have nothing at all, and especially I mean you got elderly people living in a house. But don't it's all like timber roofs with it. They're like timber roof, and they're like cement kind of roofs on there, and obviously over the years the water gets in the timbers, um, they start to sort of break. And I mean, I once seen a photo from newspaper clip in India, and it was an old lady and her two grandchildren. And obviously they had a lot of rain, and the rain had collapsed the roof and underneath the roof, so the old lady and the two grandchildren were dead. I mean,
My God.
yeah, so the weight of the roof fell on top of them, and that sort of so raised an awareness in me, thinking, "Oh my God, those poor kids could have been saved." Obviously, I've got young children, and you know, I mean, when you see the pain of these young children and elderly people, and you know, I mean, you always come back and sort of trying to associate that with yourselves, and you always think, if my children were in that predicament, in that situation, you'd want somebody to help you out. And we are lucky enough in this country to give a bit of this one. I mean, it doesn't have to be loads, pounds born, that's born, whatever it is, but if it is part of a community, I mean, you can raise a lot of money, and it's finding these kind of people where you can help. And it's also, I mean, yeah, I mean, people talk about, chalo, thode garam change or this and the other, tusi bhaggaं wale or this and the other. God gives you the thing in everything. But the way I believe, I mean, bhaggaं wale aapa sare hi hain. We can all give a bit, we can all help. But a lot of people just like to turn a blind eye, say, chal theek hai, somebody else will do the seva. And they turn a blind eye to it, and they say, oh God, I haven't got enough money this month, but I'll think about it next month. But as you said, people have got enough money to go out for food, they've got enough money to buy nice cars, they've got enough money to do
Designers.
this, and yeah. So some people, I think it's something within you. You've got something, and it's not about having a reward as well. And I know people say that, oh, you'll be rewarded in heaven for this and that and the other. And for me, especially, it's whether you get rewarded, you don't get rewarded. That doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, it's, as you said, the feeling you get inside of you. In the sense, I mean, we build houses now for the Garib, and for about between £5,000 and £6,000, we can build a nice house, like a 3-roomed house. So you got a kitchen, a bathroom, and like a sitting and sort of a bedroom area. But it'd be all nice and brand new, and that's not just a house or a home for the parents. That's for the kids and their kids. So that's generational. Their doc has gone away. At least they got shelter above their head. He's got a nice place to sit in, to eat when it's raining, to come, come in a warmer, drier place. These are things that we take for granted. And if we can just build these people something very, very basic, but and also there's a value to it as well. Obviously, the house can be worth a lot more to them. One day, if they ever are desperate for cash and need to sell it, they can sell it or give it to their kids, or gives or something to their kids. So at least they got something as well. So yeah. So I think to date I think we've done over probably about 30 houses as well.
Bible.
That we've
Amazing.
built
Okay.
for people and or repaired them, this and the other. And the obviously the operation side of it as well. Again, we get a lot of people who say, look, my husband's in hospital, we can't work,
Mm.
we can't afford to pay for his surgery, or I mean, we've already asked all the bend, and we've got so much money at that and now we've come to our wits end. The hospital is saying, if you can't get us his next 2 or 3 lakh, sorry, take your husband or your child home, because we can't treat him. Well, they can treat him, but they won't treat him because obviously they haven't paid the funds. And then you see young children, Bamare, Abajare, and to me, I see my children.
Mm.
I think, God, I mean, I don't want my children to be in this predicament. I wouldn't want to. And as a parent, you feel the pain of their parents. And the worst thing I think personally is is that you're a parent and you're helpless. You're
Mm.
helpless. You want your child to be well, and you want him to have the operation, or you want him or her to have the treatment, and you're unable to provide it. And obviously, you can go into the bend and सारे आंदे मोड़े हाथ जोड़ के बेनतियां करो कि please मेरा न्याना बचा लो, मेरा न्याना बचा लो, please. You know what I mean? it's begging for money just for your own children, or it could be, I say, a parent or an old person, anybody. And if we are blessed enough to feel the pain of these people and we can help, and that's all we do from the trust. And obviously, yeah, if we've got the money or we got it, we can raise it, and then we always try to help as many people as possible. And it's endless,
It's endless.
absolutely, it's endless. I mean, there's so many people in India, up in Punjab, they were Taliban all over the world, and it's अपने आप दे घर में आ. I mean, we don't know किन्हू दुख कदों मिलना, सुख कदों मिलना.
No.
It's all to do with that karma anyway. But
Yeah.
sometimes when you do ardas,
Mm.
and ਰੱਬ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਹੀ ਆ, and obviously ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਵੀ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਆ
No.
ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਮ.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if your karma are good, or they're going to change, God can change it in an instant. And obviously, God doesn't come down himself. He uses intermediaries or people or charities, whoever you may call it. You know what I mean? ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਆ. So we're lucky, yeah. We're very, very lucky, very, very blessed. You know, Guru Maharaj has given us seva, and we do as much as we can. Um, Within our own little sort of capacity of just like a small little charity.
No, like I said, it's grassroots. That's what really attracted me to your guys' work, was just seeing the grassroots work. Because in India, people die of infections, people die of silly stuff that here, we take it for granted. The NHS, the operations at 10, 20 grand, the NHS pay it for us. And like there, the operation might be £500, but the geezer's been in bed for 2, 3 years, but the operation will get him on his feet and get him working again. And making the families, like, what did they say? You can give someone food, but or you can teach them to farm so they can always be self-reliant and make their food themselves.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we can give a family donations that are healthy, but it's best you create businesses. You buy them, a car sale, will buy them a toy shop, or you buy them a rickshaw or automobile or whatever, so they can feed their own family, and they don't have the money to buy these items to start a business. So they're self-funding. So you've done that for them, and that's it. You don't need to look back at them. They're sorted. Then you move on to the next one. If we just gave them, just say, £1,000 every month, that would be like kharcha money, but they're not earning their own money. So making people self-reliant is a very good initiative, and that is what Guru Gobind Singh Ji taught. Because there was a time where Banda Singh Bahadur helped this town who was getting attacked by bandits. The Singhs went there and dealt with the bandits. And then after, when the town or village came and said thank you to the Singhs or Banda Singh Bahadur and his crew, they said, listen, we came and thought, well, we're not going to be here all the time. You have to be self-reliant. Learn Shastar Vidya, buy Shastar here, take some of Shastar from us. Next time any other bandits come, you have to deal with them. You just don't stand there and watch your women get raped and stuff like that. So self-reliance is an important aspect in Sikhi. On the earning side, if someone's healthy, and on the physical side, we cannot always wait for the police to come, because the police are going to come and mark out your body. If you get into trouble on the street, someone's mugging you or someone's racially attacking you, like you said, you need the physical skills, the capabilities, even just to run away. If you ain't got nothing else, you need that speed, that sprint speed to run away. And a lot of people just freeze because they, like you said, they haven't been in the dojos trained, they haven't got out of that fight or flight. I know we have become like office geeks really, and it's not good, because you might be safe for 10, 20 years or whatever, but one day you're walking in town and a dangerous person could come your way. So self-reliance in every aspect, and it's great that you're promoting self-reliance in India. So I just wanted to touch upon the annual events you do. I've seen the Seb Jada event and the family ball, where the families get together and have fun and create a lot of money. And then I like the way, straight away, if 20 grand's been raised, you straight away on your website show the bank statement in and out and where it's gone. And do you want to talk about these annual events, why you chose the Sebda there, and your experiences at the ball, family balls?
Yeah. So obviously we've been doing events from day one, and we do a lot of sort of physical challenges, like fundraising events. And I've always said it's like the events that we do, like a double-edged sword. So one side of the sword is about improving you, getting better. It could be going for like a 5K run, 10K run, or cycle ride, or climb up Snowdon, whatever these events are. And when you talk to people and say, look, oh yeah, we're going to do a 10K run, they'll say, oh nah, because I can never do that. I'm not fit enough. And I'll just say, listen, yeah, you're not fit enough now, but what you need to do is put in about 6 to 8 weeks of training. And I
Mm,
guarantee if you put the training in, you will do the events. And obviously, some people say yes, some people say no, but you find all the people who put their minds to it and they do it, and they surprise themselves. They say, wow, I've
mm,
actually trained for 6 to 8 weeks, and I've actually done it. I've actually ran 10K where I thought I'd never do it, and I say yeah. So look, we all underestimate our capabilities of what we can and we can't do, and until you don't
mm,
put the hard work in, you're never going to find out what you're capable of. And obviously,
mm,
we do the events, and the other side of the sword is that you raise some money. So one, you improve yourself, and secondly, you raise some money, and that monies that you raise are going to go and help somebody. And obviously, again, I mean, we always promote the 100% donation. Every single penny that you give
mm.
is will go to a cause. And as you say, we'll find causes. People come to us, and obviously we'll have to make sure these causes are legit, they're genuine. So we have people in India, they'll go and check them out, or they'll tell us about certain causes. So obviously, I don't want to be giving money out to people, build a house, and they've already got plenty of money or plenty of land, or they're trying to lie to us. Obviously, we've had so many cases where we've called people out wanting stuff that when we've gone down to have a look and everything, I mean, that they were lying and basically just
No,
trying
that
to, yeah, trying to
sounds
fraud money off us. Yeah, yeah,
bad.
and yeah, yeah. So it's always, as you say, these events are double-edged sword events. So one, you improve yourself, you make yourself fitter, stronger, mentally stronger, physically stronger, and in life, I always say people who haven't got goals or aspirations, they never get anywhere. So they stay exactly where they are, that they're never going to sort of improve. So it's important for people to always be pushing themselves, pushing their boundaries, and just improve themselves.
Wise one. No.
Yeah, and obviously recently, yeah, we've started to see combat games because obviously it brings together what we do with the mixed martial arts center. Obviously, we bring the wrestling back into it, and especially our kids, we're very, very, very underrepresented in sports. You go to all the big major
100%.
competitions, and up they don't do it, and because the old mentality, thinking of especially parents. I mean, parents, they're the most important factor in getting kids into sport because without a parent, a kid can't drive to a club. They can't. I mean, they can't go here, there, and everywhere. So most parents are like, "Oh, now you can John, let's watch TV," or the old man wants to go to the pub, or he wants to go and see his mates. But your biggest investment, which what I believe in, is your children. The more you can give back to your children, make them to proper disciplined people. I mean, people who've got a purpose in life. I mean, that's a parent's role in life. So you can't shy away from not doing things for your kids. So you got to go out your own comfort zone for your kids. And the combat,
No, bro.
yeah.
I was gonna
So
say, yeah, the parents take them tuition. I know parlik, but that's just like one side of the coin. The same sort of energy we put into tuition and parlik. You got to get the kids moving, and you got to put the other side of the coin is the movement and is the physical. Because sitting down parlik, and if you're not doing the other side, you're gonna have a heart attack by your 30, 40, you know?
yeah, yeah. And plus, obviously, because when you go into any martial arts dojo, you do any sports, running, sprinting, everything, it's all about pushing beyond your boundaries. If you've ran 5K in, I don't know, half an hour, your next aim's going to be, I'm going to run that 5K in 25 minutes. So you push yourself. Then when you reach 25 minutes, then you say, oh, you know what, I'm going to come down to 20 minutes. Then you push yourself. So you're always pushing yourself to be better, and I mean getting over those, because the body can achieve anything it wants. The only limiting factor is your mind, is your thoughts, is the limits that you put on yourself. And you're capable of doing a lot more than you think you can physically can do, mentally as well. And if you've already got those traits inside of you, then you're successful in Parai Lakai, you're successful in business, you're successful in relationships, you're successful in anything that you do, because you know it's about pushing yourself and becoming a better person. So obviously that's why the combat games, we thought, you know what, we're bringing everything that we do in the sense that promoting physical and mental health and well-being and everything, and putting it into sports. And we thought we'll give our young kids a bit of a platform to start from. And Christmas is a time where we think about, oh yeah, Christmas this, Christmas that, the Christian thing and everything. I mean, we did it as when we were kids, I mean,
Mm.
engrossed by Christmas, because we wasn't given the information about the Sebjade enough, or we
Mm.
wasn't sort of. I mean, they touched on it slightly, but nobody did big events for it in
Nah,
memorizing sort of what
100%.
happened. Now, so we know. So now that we've got the knowledge of what's happened, if we don't apply that knowledge, then we are doing our kids a bit of an injustice. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
they'll go into Christmas and everything again. So we thought, you know what? Let's okay. Kids can enjoy Christmas, have their presents, up all Rokunariga, because it's become a holiday or whatever it is now. Because it's not a religious thing anymore. Christmas. It's more
No,
about spending
it's
money and
nice. It's
yeah,
nice with the family and stuff. It's a
yeah.
nice time.
It's all materialistic, and because the Sebjar, they had a spirit in them. I mean, being so young, I mean, what they did is remarkable. Obviously, they talk about Jesus, he's put up on the cross and he died. He sacrificed himself. I mean, and that's what, and the Christians remember that sacrifice, and they remember what he did for them, and you know what I mean, and look what in because the sacrifice that he made, and they've made into Christmas a massive thing, and Christianity, and they talk about his sacrifice, which again is a really big sacrifice. But if you think about our Guru's sacrifice, especially the beginning,
Hanji.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and
so many.
yeah, and I mean the older two Sahibzade, they went into battle, and they died fighting very, very bravely. I mean, but they more or less had an instant death. They fought, they died, chalo ho gaye, hai na, shaheed ho gaye. But when you think about the two younger Sahibzade, what they had to go through over those 3 days, you mean they were starved, they was put in Tanda Borja, they were
Mm.
beaten by sticks, they had stones sort of catapulted towards them, and one of the Sabjada's eye socket was broken, his adilla was out. I mean, so they were sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed. So they went through 3 days of pain. You mean, holy Maria, holy Maria. Then
Yeah,
even and they were young kids,
5
and
and 6. Mm.
yeah.
5 and 6.
Yeah, and I got young children, 6 and 8, and and I think about ਕਿੰਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਝੱਲਿਆ ਵਿਚਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ, I mean,
Mm.
and they started breaking them alive, and then obviously the ਗੋਡੇ coming away, ਗੋਡੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਢਣੇ ਪਏ, then
Mm.
they bricked up they bricked him up, and then ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦੀਵਾਰ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਈ. I mean, I don't know why Diggy. I don't know. It could be behosh ho gaye, and or Degby, and obviously then the Wazir guys. Chalo, he goes. Ye tona vad do, mar do. So it wasn't. I mean, obviously
No,
history. Some say something. Some say something,
no, no,
and obviously,
but you got
yeah,
the right one. I've researched this topic really well. You've got the right version.
yeah, and they
Mm.
say ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਜ਼ੀਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ, what I mean, basically chop their heads off. So that so the two brothers who bricked him alive, then there's holy ਵੱਢ ਕੇ ਧੌਣਾ ਲਾਤੀਆਂ ਨਾ, and that is a massive sacrifice, massive. And if we forget those days, I mean, that's probably the saddest days of our history. The ਨਿਆਣੇ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ, I mean, obviously then you come into Baba Singh Bahadur's time, and the ਛੋਟੇ ਬੱਚੇ, that's how they ripped his chest open and
Mm.
pulled his heart out, put it in his mouth. I mean, these kind of sacrifices, I mean, we've got to tell the children about them, and we've got to join them without that, as the key, and there's that spirit of the Sebjade. If we can instill just 1% of that spirit into our next generation, I mean, there will be, I mean, there'll be leaders, there'll be, I mean, good citizens. I mean, there'll be people that the majority of the people will look up to and say, look, that's a good person, that's a good man. So these are the qualities that we all want our children to have. So that's the whole point of the combat games. And I mean, this year was really good, and we had over 200 competitors. It's a lot more busier compared to last year, and we'll do it again next year. And one of the other things that what we like to do is getting all the organizations together, get everybody together. So I mean, there's a lot of
I've seen
boxing,
that.
yeah, there's a lot of boxing clubs out there, a lot of wrestling clubs and everything, but everybody still seems to be very um, not really connecting with each other, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, we as the Jet Singh Trust, I mean, we're more than happy to sort of take the back seat and let everybody do what they want to, and if we can promote, if we can promote their clubs, what they're doing, get their names out there, so people in their areas can say, oh wow, I never knew this club was here, but they do this. But if we can get more of our kids into these clubs, by promoting these clubs, we do this event out of our own pocket, so we pay for everything. All these clubs, we get no money from nobody. We don't ask for any sort of participation money. Even people who come to see it, it's a totally free event. We have Langar there as well, so it's all for promoting not just the sports but the clubs as well. And if in unity you can get a lot. And Harley, you know what I mean, that more and more clubs are joining. Some clubs are still a bit, oh God, you know what I mean, I said, "Nahi hona chahte." You know what I
Mm,
mean, it's internal politics, but
mm.
we have no politics within us,
No,
in the
no.
sense that we're not part of any jate, we're not part of any certain group. You know what I mean? We're just normal people. We go to work,
Mm.
काम करते हैं. I mean, so just want to come. You know, we give out this one and everything. So and we don't want to get involved in. I don't like him. I don't like him, and because it's affecting the unity.
Yeah,
So
where does it end? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's never gonna it's
Mm.
never gonna end. So we do so we like to promote unity and get all these clubs' names out there. So hopefully, I mean, 5 years, maybe 10 years time, we'll have the Sikh combat games in NEC or something, and we can get teams from India, Canada, America. You know what I mean? So one day, hopefully, we'll make it an international event where we can get
Wow.
teams. Yeah. So make it
Mm.
bigger and bigger and bigger, because it's when with Guru's Kirpa, when you do something which is going to be helping the community and this kind of stuff, I think Maharaj Api चढ़ाई कर दिंदा. So hopefully
No,
we
no.
get
If you got good intentions, the thing is good intentions. When people got bad intentions, they flop and they fail
yeah
miserably. And the samane nikal janda sara gam.
yeah
When you got
yeah
good
yeah
intentions and you're keeping it real, no matter what people say, what this Maharaj makes you shine, you will always pull through. There's been people used to do in India of the Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, that he's not the real Guru. But then, Maharaj made the light shine. And everybody remembers Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, but we don't remember the names of the enemies that were slandering him. You know what I mean? We don't, we, the caste are still here. The Mughal Empire's done.
yeah
Do
yeah
you
yeah
know?
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
So we're gonna wrap it up, but I just want to go through, tell the Sangat. So Jet Singh Trust is a team made in honor of the brother to commemorate his memory and do good deeds in the brother's name. 100% donations go to where they need to go to. The grassroots movement where the big charities have got money, so they're not getting your money and just putting in banks of massive charities. They pick and search and find grassroots people who haven't got no roof. A £50 operation can save their life, change their life. They're changing people's life by creating businesses for small families. And they're not also just giving it blindly. They're doing the checks. They're seeing if it's legit or not legit. So they're helping the grassroots in India. Because I always say, People are quickly here, Khalistan, 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 India no maruga, India no maruga, India no government down, down, down. Yeah. They've been doing it for 30, 40 years. And nothing has changed by giving it large hair, yeah? You want to help Punjab, you want to help your people, go grassroots and help them financially. ਇੱਥੇ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਈ ਜਾਣਾ, making mean faces and placards, India government down, Modi down, Khalistan up. Bro, that's not achieving nothing apart from just, pakand. It's not, it's like, bro, it's like a boxer fighting a punch bag, yeah, and never entering the ring. It's like robbing a bank and escaping with an exercise stationary bike. It's just not going to achieve nothing. Grassroots, get there, help your people, build them up financially, get them off the drugs, put roofs on their heads, build businesses, get their bodies working again, get them fighting diseases. You know what I mean? Get the operations done, which you guys are doing. Like I said, you've got annual events here, you've got sport events here, mental health events here. You work with therapists, you're working in kids' play schemes, you're working with multicultural nations, you work no discrimination. That's what Seva is, like the Paikaneo Saki. What else can I say apart from, I hope the team keeps going and keeps inspiring other people. I'm going to add these lots of details so you can join their pages, join the work, get their donations in. And, I've met some of the team, they're down to earth, normal guys. Yeah, just normal, real guys. There's no politics, there's no pakand. What you see is get. You got Gani and Karni. Gani and Karni is so rare these days. People talk, but they never walk the walk. What with these guys, I've seen Gani, Karni, I've seen integrity, and I've seen honesty, and I've seen, they keep it real, and that's so rare this day and age. And that's my own experience with these guys. They have the family ball. That's an annual ball where families get together, have fun as a family unit. We don't have fun. The kids are in uni, the kids are doing tuition, katte bendeni, them fun times. Even the Gore ain't doing Sunday roasts no more. Everyone's on their phones. So, and the families are having fun at the charity ball. They're getting together, Ron Kondia. All the money from that raised goes to charity straight away. This year's charity, within a week or 2 weeks, I've seen how much he spent from that. So, join the page, get the tickets, join the Save Jada event. The Save Jada every December. The event is crazy, man. That this is the first Save Jada event in the UK. So Baki comes to racy, you know what I mean? Like, it's good. The kids can celebrate. Like you said, Christmas is just a pause button on the video where everyone's on holidays, everyone gets together, go around each other's houses, or gema guma ked there. They have a nice meal. People don't. Otherwise, you see people at weddings, you see them at funerals, and you see them at maybe a birthday, if that. Once people get married and into their own families, time in email, Monday to Friday come, Saturday shopping, Sunday Godwara. You do not see people. Do you know what I mean? So it's great what you guys are doing, man, and thanks for your time. The whole team, respect from me, the whole Sangat, and God bless you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you for highlighting us and what we do, and
No, it's amazing.
bring our
It was
name out
amazing.
there. Yeah.
No,
So
no. When you said to me the kids died in that house, bro, I nearly cried, bro. If I wasn't in public, I might, you know what I mean? But it sent shivers down me in tears. Like, our people are suffering back home so much, and up I tear all up I jam there. You know how much we waste on the rallies. We pay the council about 10 grand, and how much we waste on a lot of stuff that we could send it grassroots there. There's massive charity here that got loads of monies in the bank, man, and Jello, we can't really focus on what others don't do. We got to put our head down and just keep doing what we're doing. Stay out of the politics, because if you get into she hates him, he hates him, bro, it's never ending, bro. You'll speak to nobody if you're not going to speak to that person because that person hates that person, bro. God better job, bro. The Jet Singh Trust will fail straight away. Do you know what I mean? You just got to get on, work with whoever's coming on board, whoever's coming on board, and working with you guys, and just say, look, I don't care what happens. You're here for the project, you're here for the tournament, you're here for this project. Just carry on, mate. I don't want to hear it. Do you know what I mean?
well, the problem is we all live in glass houses.
Yeah.
And if you throw stones at other people's houses, you crack their glass, but they're going to throw stones back at you. So it's we don't care about what other people do, what other charities do. It's what we do ourselves. So as long as we're doing seva, as long as we're making an impact, that's all we're really interested in. You know, what I mean, as you're saying, some people do this, some people do that, and galla karne wale bathere hai. But at the end of the day, that's why we like to keep our circles small, keep it
Yeah,
small. Jire sevadar karne wale hai, theek hai. We don't really want any politicians involved. We don't want any big people involved. We don't want any people, you know, coming in saying. I mean, I've heard it all before. People come out. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. This and the other. And I just look at them and I just smile and laugh. Time will tell. And those kind of people, as you say, they'll come. They're trying to give you the big one for a month or two, and then you never see them again. So so our foundation was always when we started the charity was that no matter what happens, if nobody gave us a penny, nobody sort of supported the Jet Singh Trust, at least the money which the family put in there would cover it.
amazing.
Yeah. So whatever we put in there will, as a family, it covers the seva anyway, and everything else we get on top is that's what makes it bigger. We can do more and more seva. So the charity is never going to stop because being the main donors ourselves, the family being the main donors, it's going to carry on and carry on and carry on and carry on. But some people, or they'll start something off and they want to use other people's money, and then they want to use their own names. You know, I mean, they want to be front of the photos. They want to be mayor all the time. So those are the kind of people who fail. So we as a family, because that's what we always thought. Look, we'll set this trust up, and जिन्हें करते सेवा करते इसके we'll do a bit more, and we'll make sure the foundation is covered by this. I mean, we do a monthly eye camp as well,
Right there.
and even I mean, so every month we do eye camps, and I mean we do a lot of seva. We put lots on Facebook as well, and there's a lot of seva that we do as well. We don't really put on Facebook as well, so
Yeah.
it's sometimes because
Okay.
it's you do things and you can't put everything on, you can't put everything out there, and the smaller seva, this kind of stuff. So our longevity is through us, and if we can keep it going for longer, as long as we can, obviously if we're doing it, my kid's going to see me doing this, my nephews and nieces are going to see doing this, so they want to get involved, and obviously ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਵੀ ਚੰਗੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ. That's our parents, our family did charity work, so we want to do it as well. So they're involved in the charity, they're involved in what we do, and they see what we do in India. And I always say to them, these people haven't got a house, they haven't got this, they haven't got that, or I show them the girls in the orphanage, this and the other. So they're more exposed to what's happening in the world, to most of the kids in their own classes anyways. So obviously, from our point of view, just had our your old age, or I mean, you can die in peace to know that you've left some good kids in this world. So obviously for us, it's a motivation for us that our kids would be good.
100%. Chalo, thanks for your time, brother. Someone saying why the Darcy is so long. So I was thinking, we always get this with the committees, or that committee's corrupt on there, or tepase kade, and it's really hard to police that. So I was just saying to the people that if everything goes contactless, so all the money coming into Gurdwara will be through the card, then if every month they show what's gone in, what's gone out, and we can see where the money's gone out, so anything that looks a bit dodgy, the Sangat can see it on the board or a booklet on the table. So that's what the person was asking us. That's the solution for that, because transparency is important, because for Shadda Lokadi Tot Jandi, but that's another subject. But bro, thanks, man. We plan to go on for 20 minutes, and Guru Kirpa, like, it's great insight into thing, and it went on Jo Maharaj Karda, a lot has come out today, and I'm gonna leave this live up on my Facebook, so all my feeds, so people can look at it and they can get inspiration from it. And if they want to join, they join, or if they want to, like we said, the seva needs to go on, so they might be able to, just carry on with themselves, man. But respect, bro, and thank you for your
Oh no,
time.
it's
Why Guru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.